Welcome back to Crushing Pain. We have not practiced this at all. This is Amarith's first blind try, and this is my first blind try, maybe. I don't remember. I might have told this story before. This is the bit episode.
Yeah,
where
bit episode.
well, it's a special bit episode. Normally I get high and explain something, but instead I did the gamer's favorite drug, and I'm going to instead tell a story. It's gonna be story time on the branch.
Go, tell that story.
Yeah, so, I was reminded because we're playing Castlevania, and it's got that banging music that got covered a lot by
By a lot of people.
But specifically the band, the Mini Bosses, whose music would play as the bumper music for Chatterbox Video Game Radio. And the actual radio video game talk show from the early to mid 2000s. Basically it ran all of the 2000s. It ran for like 10 years. And there was a point in it was around
F that guy.
what year was it? I'm pretty sure I still lived with my mom, so it had to have been like 2005, 2006. 2005, I think. There was this guy. He was the first guy to... Oh, there's got to be Wild Chicken in there somewhere, right?
I hope.
He had to be the first guy who called himself the video game lawyer, but not in a good way. This guy was...
He was the bad video game
He was
lawyer.
the bad video game lawyer. He was already famous for being a pro-censorship lawyer. He was a political guy that was... He would, sue, like, the RIAA and say, hey, you can't publish this music. You gotta get the explicit lyrics covers, you know? Like, he tried to get explicit lyrics just banned from sale in music. He was that kind of... one of those
That
people.
kind of asshole.
Yeah, and he would lobby politicians. You'd see him next to Hillary Clinton. You'd see him next to who's the one that became Republican? I can't remember. A bunch of people on both sides of the political aisle. More on the Democratic side. That was definitely more the pro-censorship party in the 90s, because that's when he first got famous. And anyway, he was just this bombastic asshole. He was like Billy Mitchell became a lawyer. You know, Billy Mitchell from the King of Kong guy.
Yeah, the guy.
Like, just that kind of bombastic, always threatening to fuck with you, always being a bully, being a jerk, pulling all sorts of shit. One of the things he did on his crusade against violent video games is he would send his teenage son around places to try to get him to see if he could buy games with, you know, rated M games. He was trying to get companies to violate their own policies on selling games because he was trying to convince the government to institute laws banning the sale of violent games.
Yeah. Because look, they don't care.
Yeah,
so.
I think altogether, I don't even think it was necessarily to children, because the argument was like, see, children can get their hands on them anyway. And these are special. They're not like music or books or TV because you interact with them. See, it's different.
It's different.
Just like how every other medium ever has been different, right? Like music was different, and books were different, and television was different,
videos
and
were
radio
way
was different, and yeah, and and board games were different, and it just goes on and on forever. Paperbacks were different. Romance novels were different. It goes on.
Get with the times.
Every generation through all of human history, we will have one of those. We will have one of those, and we will feel scandalized, and we will hopefully, as cool parents, have the self-awareness to realize
This is bullshit.
this is just the next one of those things. This is just the next video games. And so, yeah. Anyway, he started going overboard in the early to mid 2000s, and he would threaten to sue people. He would say things that are not legally true. He would claim things like that he had the ability to do things that he legally couldn't.
Like what? Can you give an example or no?
It was so long ago, I can't remember specific examples, which is a shame because somewhere I could find in. Well, no, because it was a printed letter. So he started doing shit that you can't do as a lawyer, and I can't remember I can't remember any exact specific examples.
But it's just like...
But he started breaking rules of procedure and doing stuff that were against the rules of the bar association, the lawyer club. And so I knew from recent media that I had read and listened to, when lawyers misbehave, they can get in trouble and they can lose their professional licenses and they can be like basically barred from practicing law.
They can be barred from the bar.
Yeah. And so I wrote a letter, typed it up on my computer. You know, we had CRTs back in the day, so imagine a young John the Branch with lots more hair, and
more nerd cred,
and thinner, but no muscle, and more nerd cred, and typing away on his CRT monitor and an old membrane bulky keyboard. And
you're selling it way too much. Get on with it.
Printing it out on one of those old unreliable printers that you had to buy a new one every 2 years. And I sent a letter to the Florida Bar Association where he was what's the term? Barred? Is that the right term? I don't think there's another term.
Where he was allowed to bar.
Where he practiced law. And then I posted about it on the Chatterbox Video Game Radio forums.
Yeah.
And so, like, 20 other people
also wrote a letter?
Also typed up letters and mailed them to the Florida Bar Association. And then there was a lot of... By the way, I'm 90% certain I've told this story on the Badge before. So, like, stop me right now in the comments. Just comment down below if I've told the story, and I'll stop right now. Okay. So, yeah. There was also a lot of bleed over with other bigger forums. You know how I said it was a small, tight-knit? You know, it's just like 100 regular posters. Not a huge deal. But it had cross-traffic with the Penny Arcade forums, which had thousands, tens of thousands of active users at the time. Penny Arcade, the webcomic.
The webcomic.
Yeah, but their forum was one of the big ones at the time. So the Florida Bar Association got thousands of letters about the misconduct of Jack Thompson. And he was disbarred inside like 3 months. But yeah, I started that. I started that letter writing campaign, and I'm very proud of that to this day.
Good job, John.
And yeah, if not for that, he might have made more of an impact. It might be like MSRB writings might have been legislated. Video game companies might have just gotten together and decided, okay, yeah, we're just never gonna put boobies in video games, and then you wouldn't have gotten God of War and The Witcher, and yeah, there are a lot of boobies in VR. I don't know if any of it is good. I haven't investigated. I haven't exactly tried to. Well, I mean, there's plenty of porn, but I haven't done the vidya games. That is one I have not. The only one I can even think of that's out there is House Party.
Yeah.
And I don't really have that much of an interest. If it got really good and really realistic,
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. Just most CG models don't do it for me. That's all. If CG models did it for me, it'd be great. But just the kind of, actually, it's not even the models so much as the animations. If Square Enix made porn, I would probably fap to it. But it tends to be very robotic and lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's stiff.
Yeah, it's stiff. It's like mannequins. So it's just not for me. But once it gets better, yeah, I'm totally down. I'll do all the fun virtual things. I'm not a prude. I'm down to give whatever a shot. Especially, I mean, that's the thing I brought up before. I think in private conversations is people are going to be able to explore their kinks that you cannot normally consensually or realistically explore. People are going to be able to explore
state laws.
Well, not just state laws
and regular laws.
Laws of physics. You can't giantess vor. Like the vor of like a giant eats you vor. Those niche ones. Mythical creatures. Lots of stuff like that. Anything that is the realm of fantasy only by requirement. let your imagination run wild. Do you know that the only limit is your imagination? And not really, because the only limit is the collective imaginations of all of us.
And the collective imagination of all of us is scary.
Yeah, I mean, Rule 34 exists out there.
For some reason.
Oh man, I can't wait for that, the Rule 34 generator.
I fucking hate this level, especially...
Well,
it's these
are we calling
beginning
it?
fucking...
Is this
John,
the end?
it's these beginning fucking imps where it's like, oh, you automatically lost half your health.
How much longer do
you
you want to
didn't
give
whip
it?
exactly right.
Do you is this the level where we're gonna give up on it? Because it only gets harder from here.
Fucking maybe, just 'cause
Yeah.
it's like... These little fucking shithead imps.
It's okay. There are other Castlevania-like games. There are other Castlevania games.
How did that not hit him?
We're just not going to play Symphony of the Night, because it's terrible.
But that's the best one I've heard.
No, it's so wonky. It's so wonky and bad and
Why?
clunky.
Everyone loves it, John. They're like, it's the best.
Imagine
Castlevania
controls
game.
like this, but in 1997 instead of 1987.
Yeah, it sounds great.
I mean, it controls about as gracefully as this game. To give you a clue.
Okay, well, we managed to not lose half our fucking health. We only lost a quarter of it.
Hooray!
Is there any wall checking in this level?
Hey, I had that map somewhere. As my browser loads, I will be able to tell you. Okay. Wall food. Floor food.
Wall chicken.
There's a weapon power up on the next screen. You know where the skeletons that keep rezzing are?
Yeah.
Right before you drop down to them, there's like a corner to the top, like in the ceiling, that has a power up your secondary weapon. And then the only food is in the boss chamber.
Oh, fun.
Or wait, is that the end of the... Wait, is this the whole level? Oh no, this is just stage 13. Jeez, this stage is huge. Oh, no, you're almost there. You're almost at the end of the stage.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there are lots of enemies, but you're almost at the end of stage 13. You keep getting almost the end. So if you could do it with 3 lives left, maybe we could continue this and you know... Maybe if the gamers give us enough pressure, maybe we'll do it anyway. Maybe. Gamers, what do you say?
If these skeletons could stop being such shit!
I say, fuck it, let's just play Bloodstained. That's what I say. Oh, I was thinking of just ending it right there. Okay, let me tell you another story. This is a much shorter story. So the other day, Data is our cat. He's a, oh, by the way, reminder from 10 minutes ago, I am still well inebriated on the gamer's favorite drug.
Everyone's favorite.
Data is a very dumb cat that does some very smart things. He can open basically any door in the house that is not heavy, or does not have a handle, or does not have a
round knob.
Yeah. If it has a handle and it's light, he can open it. We have even... He can open every closet door that slides. He can get in every... Oh, up there was that above you.
Yeah, but I've no... Oh, wait. Here?
Yeah. Yeah. And now your holy water's more powerful. But you just basically go around these fucks, and you're almost to the end here. Oh, yeah, that fucker. Boy, you should just start save stating once you get to this room. Jeez, especially after bullshit like that. You're almost to the state. That's it. Okay. That's it. All right, cool.
Where's the wall chicken?
Save that state. Oh, it was in the room you were just in. God damn it,
John.
Is there a rewind?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was... There were enemies aboot. Oh, these guys get demolished by holy water. All right. We might just continue this next time on the branch.
Yes, let's.